Anand Gadgil, first to you. You were on my show yesterday where you vehemently backed this ordinance and said that doesn't matter odd MP speaking out, and here we have the number 2 of your party, well, the boss really, saying that no, this is complete wrong and should be thrown into the dustbin. How do you explain this?
What I spoke on your channel yesterday was simply what was the thinking behind taking such a decision in the cabinet. Today, our leader and Vice President Shri Rahul Gandhi has made the most sensible statement calling the ordinance as nonsense. The essence of democracy is you have the right to differ. I can give you 2-3 examples. In the early 70s in Maharashtra, the government had taken a stand on how the economic approach of the state should be. The party had a different view. In Kolkata, you had seen CPM had a different party had a stand. The ruling government had that time a different stand. During Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee's days, Mr. Vajpayee was very much against Mr. Modi. Party had one stand after the riots. But Vajpayee ji and the government had a different stand.
But sir, obviously
so there have been examples in the country where government stand is different.
I'm really sorry to interrupt you, sir.
And the party is
Mr.
different.
Gadgil, I'm very sorry to interrupt you, but you're trying to point out how the parties always had a different stand, and it's free to do so. But I just want to point out Ajay Makan's stand was also pro-ordinance during that press conference. It only changed afterwards. And you as well yesterday were voicing the party line, which is also pro-ordinance. So are you saying now that it's all changed? And,
no,
in effect, no sir, my other thing is, in effect, are you all now anti everybody who was for the ordinance, which includes everybody in cabinet and the Prime Minister?
It's not a question of whether we are for or against. We are not against any individual. We are on the issue. We are against the decision taken about the ordinance. And Congress has given a clear signal, right, starting from introducing Right to Information Act, where we brought in transparency both in the government as well as the administration. The Congress concept is very clear, and so also today our stand is very clear. We don't want people to continue, those who have tainted images, those who have been, criminal records of proved guilty somewhere. So that stand is absolutely clear.
Okay, and
what I repeat, what I was talking yesterday was simply that it was a cabinet decision. Cabinet doesn't consist only of the Congress party. This is UPA. This is a coalition government, and therefore there are certain decisions taken by the government because of certain prevailing conditions, some issues come. That is how the decision was taken. That I tried to explain yesterday.
Sir, it's very interesting. You're saying that it's a UPA decision and it was taken by cabinet. I just want to point out that NDTV has been reporting and sources have confirmed to us that the decision for going ahead with this ordinance was actually at the core group, which took place on the 21st of September, which means that it had the stamp of approval of the Congress President Sonia Gandhi as well. So you have to admit that what you're calling a very sensible move now to completely dismiss the ordinance, the previous move was Sonia Gandhi's.
No, as I said, the only what could be the complications, what could be the implication, all that was discussed. The Congress party had never taken a direct stand. The decision was taken in the cabinet. Today we have taken a direct stand.
Okay.
Only the discussion came up. I don't know the detailed discussion what took place.
Okay, Pinky Anand, Mr. Gadgil, they're trying to explain what has actually changed in a matter of minutes. We saw Ajay Makan stand before, and he's the chief spokesperson, then after. So what I must praise
Mr. Gadgil for his. I must praise Mr. Gadgil for his ingenuity. I mean, this is a most peculiar kind of situation. You have the core group agreeing with the ordinance, you have the cabinet clearing the ordinance, you have the ordinance going ahead. Then of course what happens is the president finds that the ordinance has some difficulties with it, calls for clarification, 2 ministers at the first instance. Then Mr. Kamal Nath is also called, so 3 ministers of UPA government are called. The ordinance is right now at the threshold of being rejected by the President, at least on the face of it. We can't guarantee, but that seems to be the stand. There is complete opposition by the BJP. The BJP has approached the President.
Yes.
There are also other parties who are opposing this ordinance. And today, suddenly out of the blue, in a press conference,
Yes.
by a person, I might say, or by Prince Charming, who is not part of the cabinet, comes out with a vociferous statement while the Prime Minister is having bilateral talks in America with the President of the country.
Yes.
And this statement is made in language which probably is not befitting somebody. To say it is trash, it is nonsense. I mean, this kind of unparliamentary language being used to justify as if
Actually,
the whole position is like an orchestra.
It's
You
interesting
orchestrate something.